What if I told you that everything in your life, the struggles, the pain, the frustration, it's all your fault? You've heard the phrase, it's not you, it's me, but what if the truth is much darker? What if you are the one holding yourself back? What if the very things you want to change in your life start with you? Here's the twist. This is actually good news. Why? Because once you realize that you are the problem, you realize that you have the power to change. And that power, once fully embraced, can transform your entire life. Radical responsibility. It's the most liberating and terrifying concept you'll ever encounter. It means owning everything in your life, your choices, your reactions, your failures, and your successes. It means understanding that, at the deepest level, you are the one who shapes your world. Not the circumstances, not other people, but you. Most people go through life blaming everything around them, their parents, their job, their relationships. They point fingers at the world and say, this is the problem. But here's the truth. You are the problem, and that's the good news. Because if you are the problem, then you have the power to change. It's not about fixing everything else first. It's about fixing yourself. Society loves to make you think that the world is something you have no control over. We're taught to externalize blame. It's the government's fault, it's my boss's fault, it's my parents' fault. And while there may be truth in some of that, here's the hard reality. No one can change your life except for you. The world is not the problem. The real problem is your reaction to the world. How you choose to see things, how you choose to respond. Every time you give away your power, every time you say, I can't because of this, you're reinforcing the idea that external forces control you. You're playing the victim. But victimhood is a trap. When you take radical responsibility for your life, it means looking in the mirror and saying, I am responsible for this. I created this life. I created my habits, my mindset, my reactions to what happens around me. It's about looking at your flaws, your failures, your pain, and saying, wait, I am the cause. But that's also where the power lies. Imagine the moment you stop blaming anyone or anything for your problems. Imagine the moment you say, I'm responsible for my joy, my peace, my growth, and my struggles. That is the moment you stop being a victim and start being the creator of your own reality. You hold the key to change. But this isn't easy. Taking radical responsibility forces you to confront yourself, your flaws, your mistakes, your insecurities. It forces you to admit that everything you've been running from, everything you've been hiding from, is your own doing. And yet, this is where the transformation begins, because once you own your problems, you can begin to solve them. Once you realize that everything you face is a reflection of your own choices, you realize that you have the power to make new choices. You become the architect of your own fate. Think about it. When you look into the mirror, what do you see? Most people see their flaws, their regrets, their mistakes. But what if, instead of seeing a broken person, you saw someone who is powerful, who is capable of changing the world by changing themselves? What if you saw someone who owns their mistakes, who has the courage to take full responsibility for their actions, no matter how painful that is? The fire in the reflection symbolizes the transformation that happens when you take radical responsibility, when you stop blaming the world and take charge of your own destiny. It's a fire that burns away the old excuses, the old patterns, and the false narratives. It's a fire that can illuminate your path, leading you toward the life you were always meant to live. Most people spend their entire lives trapped in victimhood. They think they have no power, no agency. They think that their circumstances define them. But here's the truth. You are not your circumstances. Your circumstances don't define you. Your reaction to them does. When you take responsibility for your life, you break free from the chains that have been holding you back. You take back your power, and that's the moment of transformation. It's not easy, but it's the only way forward. You have to confront the truth. You are the problem. But the good news is that because you are the problem, you also have the power to solve it. So I ask you, are you ready to take full responsibility for your life? Are you ready to look in the mirror and own everything? Your successes, your failures, your pain, your power? Because when you do, that's when the transformation happens. And it all starts with you. It's time to stop blaming the world. It's time to stop being a victim. It's time to embrace radical responsibility, because the moment you do, everything changes. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay awake, stay aware.